So why van life? Hello. Been a couple of weeks since I made a video. And we've been to Greece in the meantime. I was going to make a video about some crap about mourning. And then I got really poorly. I got really bad with my chest. And last day of my holiday in Greece, I got really, really poorly. And it was the worst flight home. And anyway, 5 days later, I didn't eat for 5 days. But I'm better now. So we're alright. But it did make me think about a few things. I've not been that poorly since I had pneumonia when I was 16. It did make me think, I'll be honest. Obviously I watched a lot of crap on YouTube while I were poorly. So I watched a lot of videos on a lot of stuff. I do anyway. I watch a lot of stuff to do with ancient world. A lot of Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson, stuff like that. I've done for years. Always fascinates me. How they built the old temples and how they built the pyramids, and well, no one actually knows how they built them. So this brought me to this video. I did make a video moaning about why England's on a drought and Greece isn't, but I'm not even going to bring it out because it's moaning and I don't want to do that anymore. Even if no one watches my videos, because I just don't want to do them videos anymore, moaning about things. I think we all spent enough time moaning about shit and getting down about stuff, and well, let's try a different approach. Let's try a bit of positivity, a bit of healing, a bit of good talk, a bit of, let's talk about good things. That's why I'm sat here. This is quite a good thing. It didn't cost me any money either, I just drove here. And it's a lovely day. You might be thinking, what's this got to do with van life? Well, it hasn't really. And when it comes to van life, I've got to alter some of my content because everyone's done it. Everyone has done a van life video. There's that many people doing it. Join our vlog, join this, join that, watch us do this, watch us walk around a seaside town for half an hour. It's been done. So there's not much I can do different, really. There's better people out there than me. There's people with better vans, people with better who do it full time, who can go to these lovely places, and So where does this bring me? It brings me to try a new approach towards my videos on van life. So, religious-wise, I'm a Christian, but I'm quite open-minded. I always have been. And I will not ignore anyone else's religion at all. And I'll always talk to anybody about anything to do with religion or spirituality, because I think it's a big major part of people's lives, and I think it's a big major part of what people are missing. So, first of all, I think if you live in your van or you've broke free from the system, then you're already halfway there. I think some people don't realise how far they are. They've broke away for a reason. Reason being They don't want to be part of this stupid system. They don't want to be nailed to the floor. They don't want to pay bills. Blah de blah de blah. We've been through this, and a lot of people's been through this. But it's a natural, to me, it's a natural human instinct. Looking at these, what I was talking about earlier, these pyramids that were built and these ancient temples like Angkor Wat and, you know, most of these temples all around the world are built the same way. So that means then people travelled between continents, possibly 11,000 years ago, if you're going off new timeline. Well, they reckon some of these were built, because we can't build them anymore. So these travellers must have travelled between places and built these ancient structures. And they had no TikTok, they had no internet, they had no radios. They had, you know what, I don't even know what they had. Somehow they knew how to build these things. They knew how to move 60-ton blocks, and that we can't even do today. Our trucks at work only carry 44, and that's including truck. So it brings things into perspective of what these people could do. And probably we could still do it if we really identified as self for who we really are. There's that much nonsense, there's that much distraction in the world. It's denying us to be part of what we actually were and who we actually are. This current system that we're in has got us down. You know, they've got us in the mud. If people realised how powerful they actually are, what power they hold, and how good they are, the reason I believe these people built these structures, I don't know the actual reason why they did it, because there's no really an explanation for it. But obviously they built it because they could do it. But what I'm trying to say is it just shows what people can do when all the people think the same way. When all the people put their minds to it. When all the people agree. Look what happens. We build amazing things. We build amazing things and do amazing things. Life's a choice. So you can walk down the street and you can compliment someone walking past and say hi, or you're alright, and that'll probably cheer someone up for the rest of the day. That's how much power you hold. This brings me to a few questions. One is, when you go to a concert or a festival, do you go for the music or the person? A lot of people say they go for music. And then some people, you know, they stand there looking up at someone playing and they're like in awe sort of thing. Which is not a bad thing, I suppose. But I don't know, it's a bit different. It's a bit what Andrew Tate said. Why aren't you the guy on the stage and people looking up at you? You know, some of these YouTubers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and people look at them like they're gods. And they're not gods, they're just normal people. And that could be you. You could do that. You could have 100,000 views on your video. I know a lot of it's got to do with luck, but what I'm trying to say is, you have just as much power as anyone else. You have enough within you to do good. And people just every day go to work, come home, watch Love Island. It's like, I've got 3 daughters, and my 3 daughters are more beautiful than any of them people on Love Island. And 2 of them will sit and watch it like, oh wow. And I'm like, why are you watching them people? They're about as interesting as a turd on a wedding cake. But anyway, that's another thing. I'm probably not that interested either, but I'm probably just same as them. What I'm trying to say is, deep dive. Everyone's here for a reason. You've got a job to do, and a lot of people are not doing it. There's places to see. There's people to meet. Remember who you are. So you ever wondered what that itch might be? The itch. You've got everything you wanted. Everything. Kids, fancy house, nice van. Everything that's subjective to you. But you've still got the itch. You're still never satisfied. That itch is God telling you, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it, it's telling you that you've not fulfilled what you're doing in life. Yeah, you might be successful, you might have a lot of things, but you can't take them with you when you die. You might be popular, you might have loads of friends, but you've still got the itch. You're still not satisfied. That means there's something more to be explored that you've not done yet. So get exploring, find out what it is. This goes for some people who think that they're spiritually enlightened, but then they're constantly telling everyone on Facebook that they're constantly spiritually enlightened. I don't know if you know or not, but that's not what spiritually enlightened means. If you are 100% enlightened, then you don't even need Facebook or social media. You don't need to tell anybody what you're doing, because you already know what you're doing and you're already satisfied with what you're doing. So why tell anyone? Why make a video on YouTube about it? Oops. So I better start really with me, Anna. Testimonial. Well, for a start, I don't think I'm spiritually enlightened at all. I'm not even a very good Christian. So what started with me? What first started was I went on a holiday. I split up with my wife, This was over 10 years ago now. And I took kids to Cleethorpes, sunny Cleethorpes in East Yorkshire. And I'd got probably what you could call what do they call it now? Sorry, generational trauma. So I thought the best way to bring kids up was to shout and scream at them until they did what I wanted. Obviously that's not the way forward. Not the way to bring kids up. Anyway. So what happened was my daughter, she fell over in men's, she was only little, so I had to take her in men's toilet as she needed a wee, because I couldn't leave her. So I had my son as well, who were really young. And I took her to the toilet and she fell over and landed all urine that were on the floor, and she sat there crying. And instead of getting up, she just sat there whimpering to herself, and I got really angry with her and I slapped her. Not hard, on bum. And I thought to myself, what am I doing? Why did I do that? She only fell. Why would I hit her? Oh, come on, I didn't hit her hard. You don't have to phone social bloody services on me. Well, we've all done it. But I thought, why would I do that? What a stupid thing to do, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks. If I'm like my dad. Why would I? I don't want to be like that. That's not who I am. That's not who I am, really, deep down. And that was the last time I ever give kids a slap or a scotch. I've never done it again ever since then. And I really did not want to be that person ever again. That changed a lot of our thought about things. And I met a few friends who were good. I met a friend of mine called Chris Smith. He's got a channel on YouTube. He talks a lot about this kind of stuff, spiritual, Buddhism, Jainism. A really good friend of mine. He got me into and told me a lot of stuff, and that were it. Once he set me off, I couldn't stop researching. And then it led from one thing to another. Why? And then you go through all the spiritual ego, where you think like, you think you're going to give loads of people advice, and you think like, oh yeah, you should be doing this and you should be doing that. Yeah. And when it comes down to it, you shouldn't really be telling anybody anything. It's up to them what they do, and they'll make their own mistakes. And some people, you can't teach them anything anyway. They'll always make their own mistakes, and sometimes you've got to let people make their own mistakes. You can help as much as you want, which is good. Helping's good. Really good. There's a good quote in the Bible that says, don't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing. Or your left hand, your right hand. One or two. And that's a good thing to do. Because a lot of these people who, think they're spiritually enlightened like to tell everyone all the good deeds that they're doing. Now, from a karma perspective, by doing that, you're cancelling yourself out. So, keep your good deeds secret. Only Lord can see them. Only God can see them. And sometimes we slip back into those old ways. I do it. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of slipping back into my old ways and getting angry at people, and and then sometimes you have to remind yourself, that's just suffering. Drowning in your own sick. And then it becomes laughable, and you think, why were I even bothered about that anyway? Who cares? There were a YouTuber who told me to shut the F up on Facebook the other day. I got a bit of information wrong, to be fair. It was probably my fault. But the information was what I last saw, so I just thought that's what it was, and I just left a comment about something, and they told me to shut up. I could get all angry about it, and I don't really care, to be honest. I think that ship sailed a long time. It's obviously not me with a problem. If I could get any advice to wrap this video up, enjoy the world. Swim in the cold water. Walk in the forest. Hug the trees. Love your partner. Love your children. And be kind always. If you can keep them things at a constant, I think you're doing alright. So until next time, stay safe.